The land explored by our ancestors extends from Altai to the White Sea. The scientific expedition Trails of Nomads continues to unveil the path of our forefathers. Its leader is a true citizen of the world. He believes, without a deep understanding of the past, there is no future. Each journey is focused on a detailed study of history and culture. Pilgrim of the 21st century, Sapari Skakov, with a team of scientists, has already visited more than 50 countries. Scientists reveal the exciting secrets of the past. Watch an amazing story of a great journey in the Trails of Nomads program. Today's Trails of Nomads episode presents Scientific Expedition Trails of Nomads has reached Guatemala and Honduras. What is the similarity between the stone sculptures of the city of Tikal and the Orkhon-Yenisei monuments? The baculus was the symbol of the power of the Mayan leaders, like the Turks, in which city artifacts proving that were found. What connects the Kopan archaeological complex and the Kipchak tribe Kai? Guatemala is a republic with a population of 18 million. The official language is Spanish. However, it is native to only 40% of the half-blood inhabitants. The same part is made by Indians. For them, the native language is the language of the ancient Mayan civilizations and its dialects. They try not to forget and pass on ancient traditions to young people. We came to visit the house of a Mayan family. They want to show us their national clothes. They ask us to put it on. This will be a great experience. Let's take a look. In Guatemala, such Maya tribes as Kipchak, Tikal, and Mam predominate in numbers. These are the people who mainly inhabit the highlands. The higher above the sea level, as you know, the colder the atmosphere. Given this feature, people sew appropriate clothing. How do you like it? Am I like a Mayan representative or not? I think yes, because we have common roots. We are from Central Asia. The only difference is that they arrived here earlier, about 10,000 years ago. And we are here as tourists. Let's do an experiment. I'm going out now. Would they recognize me or not? If they take me for their own, then we really have common roots. Let's try. Weaving technology is not something special, but the products, their ornament, patterns, color scheme, and their semantic meaning are unconditionally unique. Rather, all these are factors that make it possible to understand and recognize the common Turkic roots. After all, there are many signs of kinship between the two peoples. Patterns and ornament have their own meaning. They reflect our worldview. The color scheme also plays an important role. My mother taught me weaving technology. In general, this is the art of ancestors. It has been preserved and is developing thanks to the succession of generations. The ancient city of the Maya tribe Tikal is located 261 kilometers from the capital of Guatemala. It was founded in the 7th century BC and existed until the 10th century. Since about the 1st century, the city has been developing intensively and has become a real cradle of civilization in the region. The number of its inhabitants then amounted to almost 200,000 people. The buildings and structures erected at that time are full of secrets. They surprise with their beauty and construction technology. Pyramids with temples on the peaks are especially striking. There are about 30 of them.
Мынау храм бірінші номер, бірақ бұл ең үлкен биік емес. Мұнда ең биігі біз алда 70 метрдің сыртында.
This is a very important temple. However, it is not the tallest. The tallest one is yet to come. It is more than 70 meters tall. And this temple is 45 meters tall. In front of the temple, there is another one, 36 to 38 meters tall. Temples were erected at the highest place at the top of the pyramid. The ruler of the country, Tikal, is buried in the tallest temple. His wife is buried in the nearby temple. According to their concepts, after the death of the rulers, they were buried in the temple. They believed that the ruler met God there and then would return.
Патшалары қайтқаннан кейін храмға жерлейді, ол Құдаймен кездесіп, артынан қайтып келеді.
Temple of the Great Jaguar was built by ruler of Tikal, Hasao Chan Kawil, the first in 732. This animal is related to the tiger, which is considered sacred by the Kazakhs. Both peoples worship the same animals. The word Tikal in the Mayan language means the land, where the voices of spirits are heard. This once more proves that local people respect spirits in a special way. Local tribes also believed in the sanctity of fire. They had a ritual of smoke purification or fumigation. Today, the Mayan descendants also did not forget such rites of Tingrenism. Participants of the scientific expedition Trails of Nomads have witnessed this custom.
Jaguar храмының жанына келгенде, тағы да бір таң қалған нәрсеміз, бұларда Майя ұлтының.
We were amazed at the performance of purification rite by the Mayan healer of man's inner world. Here, as you see, many people have gathered. Everyone should pick up a small candle and put it in that fire, and you can make a wish.
Рәсімі. Міне, алдарыңызда көріп тұрғандай, көп адамдар жиналған, бәрі де кішкентай ғана қолдарына бір свечка алады да, соны ана отқа салу керек. Сонда сіз тілек тілейсіз.
Mayan tribes showed honors to the great rulers and believed they were saints. The history of prominent people was carved in stone. Look at this stone statue near the pyramid. It resembles the Orkhon-Yenisei monuments. There are many reasons to believe that Tikal was a religious center. One of them is such stone monuments. Here is a stone statue, a sculpture of the ruler. There are inscriptions on it. The monument was made nearly in the 8th century.
El que construyó el templo número 4.
Can you believe that this thing with diamonds was created 13 centuries ago? However, Maya could make more sophisticated works. To see them, one must visit Honduras. The participants of the expedition Trails of Nomads also visited the Central American country. We drove 10 hours and arrived at the large Maya city of Kopan. It is located 600 kilometers from the capital of Honduras, Tegucigalpa. So let's look at it. This is the world's largest architectural complex. Kopan City, which appeared in the 10th century BC, is interesting and attracts many people. Many tourists visit it. The city, which was in a dense forest, was founded by archaeologists in 1839. Since then, research has been carried out here. Scientists still discover unique artifacts. There are a lot of stone sculptures. Beautiful findings attract attention right after entering the complex. The image of a ruler is embodied in this stone statue. This is the face of an Asian. He looks like a representative of the Central Asian peoples. The ruler holds the symbol of power, the baculus. This is a characteristic attribute of the Turks. For example, a stone sculpture of Kutlu Kagan also holds the baculus. This attribute is a sign of power.
Қолдағы ұстап тұрғаны бұрынғы кездегі патшалардың ұстайтын белгісі.
He holds a symbol of power of ancient rulers. They ruled territories one by one. Kazakh ancestors also had this tradition. For example, the Huns passed their power by inheritance to their sons, then grandchildren, and they had such rules too.
Тақтарын балаларына, немерелеріне беріп отырды. Бұларда да сондай тәртіп болған.
Common features in the heritage of Kopan and the Orkhon monuments can be identified by looking at their foundation. Stone slabs of Kultigan Bilge Kagan are installed on pedestals in the form of turtles. This coincides with the concept of the Indians that the land is held on the shell of a turtle, and the Turks believed that all the most sacred is connected with this carapace.
Алдарыңызда тұрған Майя халқының әйтпесе осы Капан империясының 13-ші патшасы.
Here is the 13th ruler of the Kopan Empire and the Mayan people. Look at him. I think he looks like Ablai Khan. On one side of the stela, he's with a beard. On the other, without a beard. What does that mean? Life is coming. Life is leaving. But this turtle, by their concept, is a symbol of life.
Өмір келет, өмір кетет. Ал мына алдарыңыздағы тасбақа бұлардың ұғымы бойынша өмір деген ұғым.
These stone monuments are also a place of sacrifice. On this pyramid, the ruler sat with his wife and watched the rituals. There were two types of sacrifice in Mayan civilization. One of them was dedicated to the gods, the other to the spirits of their ancestors. The ball game was devoted to the gods. To have favorable weather conditions and a good harvest of corn, the winners of the game were sacrificed to God. The Turks also had such a concept, but they sacrificed animals.
Мынау ең кішкентай ойын алаң екен.
This is the smallest playground for games. There are 3 stones on one side and 3 stones on the other. 5 players played on each side. In total, there were 10 players. Each team also had places for changing clothing. If the players sweated, they could change their clothes and then go out into the field again. The ball was made of rubber.
Ойын алаңына шығады, каучуктан жасаған доп.
9 doors of hell concept is not alien to the Turks. There are 9 gates in this pyramid of Kopan. When the Mayan ruler died, the Indians believed that his spirit was coming out of the gate.
Ол әуелі 9
He must first go through the 9 doors of hell. To go through the 9 doors of hell, he asks for the help of the Jaguar. The Jaguar quickly leads him, and the ruler's spirit is cleared at the 9th door. An old legend of the Turks tells about the connection between the spirits of the Jaguar and man. They saw that the spirit of our ancestors who opposed the enemy appeared in the form of a red tiger. It is a relative of the Jaguar. Another fact testifying on the similarity of worship objects is the archaeological complex Kopan, with images of snakes and dragons. They're also sacred to the Kazakhs. There was such a Kipchak tribe, Kai. They were also called the dynasty of snakes, which was divided into 7 generations. The concept of a 7-headed dragon most likely appeared from this.
Бұл таста 400-ші біздің ғасырдың 400-ші жылынан 800-ші жылға шейінгі 400 жылдың арасындағы өмір сүрген Майя елін басқарған 16.
The stone depicts images of 16 rulers of the Mayan tribe who lived from 400 to 800 AD. Starting here and going around, there are images of 16 rulers. Their characters are written in hieroglyphs.
16 патшаның суреті, бет дүниесі, жан дүниесі түгел мұнда көрсетілген. И мына үстінде солардың өмір баяны туралы жазылған иероглиф бар міне.
Head of the scientific expedition, Sapar Iskakov paid special attention to the way all 16 rulers are depicted. They all sit with their legs bent under themselves. In this way, Kazakh men sit down. And here's the underground archaeological complex, the temples of 16 rulers. Images of animals, jaguars and snakes are carved on the walls. This also points on the fact that the Mayan tribes come from Altai.
Қазір біз мынау туннельдерді аралап жүрміз. Бұлар көп екен. Соның ішіндегі бір ұзынырақ туннель, міне осы туннель. Мұнда бір айта кететін нәрсе
Now we're walking through the tunnel. There are a lot of them here. This is the longest one. The Mayan Empire had 16 rulers. Each of them built a temple and other buildings and structures. Each ruler built a new temple on top of the previous ruler's structure. Thus, the previous pyramid remained inside, and so each new ruler continued to do so. It turned out a kind of matryoshka from pyramids, of which there were 16 in total, as many as there were rulers.
Қаптап, өзінің пирамидасын салады. Бұрынғы пирамида соның ішінде қалып қоя береді. Сонда мынау қабат мына орыстардың мысалы матрешка дейді ғой, сол сияқты 16 қабаттан тұрады.
The longer you stay in the Kopan archaeological complex, the more evidence you find that the American Indians come from Altai. Studying the complex, Sapar Iskakov paid special attention to the sculpture of man.
Біздің заманымызға шейінгі 3000-4000 жыл бұрын өмір сүрген Альмек тайпаларының.
This is a sculpture of the famous ruler of the Olmec tribe who lived about 3 to 4 millennia BC. According to our guide, these were tribes who arrived from Mongolia. This is evidenced by their facial features. See, they resemble shaman, whether Mongolia, Altai, or the Kazakh steppes. Here is the clear evidence.
Бет жүзі соны дәлелдеп тұр. Өздеріңіз қараңызшы. Тура біздің шамандардың түрі сияқты. Монголия жеріндегі, Алтай жеріндегі, Қазақстан жеріндегі қандай дәлел?
We learned from the signs left on the stones that the ancient Turks had a written language. The special Mayan written system became known to the world also thanks to the inscriptions on the stones. For example, here's the wall of the pyramid. It looks like a chronological collection. The whole life story of the Kopan rulers is described in the facility with 63 stairs.
Он алтыншы қатарға шейінгі тастарды Американың ғалымдары зерттеп білген, ал ар жағындағы тастар.
Stone slabs up to 16th stair were investigated by American scientists. The remaining stones have not yet been studied. And if they were studied, then perhaps some stones would have been interchanged, because during the restoration the stones were simply cut and swapped. And now, when the meaning of what was written appeared, everything was streamlined. What were the events in history? What happened? Everything is surprising.
Қандай тарихта бұларда өзгерістер болды, не болды, соның бәрі міне тасқа жазылған. Бұл енді ғаламат нәрсе.
The Mayan writing system has been known since the 16th century. However, over the past 4 centuries, more Indian characters associated only with calendar and astronomy have been discovered. The bulk of the hieroglyphic system is still unknown. There are over 4,500 objects that have not yet been explored in Kopan. If all their secrets are revealed, then the American Indians will definitely know their historical roots and their ancestral home, the sacred land of Altai. Already there is a lot of documentary evidence. For example, the name of the Mayan city Uxmal is close to the word Uxmal, which in Kazakh means triple wealth. That is, even a toponym speaks of our common roots.
Мексиканың оңтүстік жағында Юкатан деген түбек бар. Сол жерде өте көп қалалар, бұрынғы ескі қалалар, соның біреуі
Yucatan Peninsula is located in the southern part of Mexico. There are many cities, old cities. One of them is Uxmal. When we went there, I asked what the word Uxmal meant. Then the guide answered me, Uxmal is prosperity. Only 3 times. I told him, you have the city of Uxmal, and we have Akmal. That is, Ak means a lot of milk, and generally wealth in everything.
Мен айтым, 3 мол, сіздерде 3 мол болса, бізде Ақмол деген қала бар. Ақ тамақтың, мына сүттің молшылығын көрсетеді, сондай мағына береді дедім.
On the wall of Uxmal's dilapidated temple, there is an inscription which reads, dedicated to the western lands where we arrived. The fact that the sacred Altai is the cradle of the Mayan tribe is proved by the archaeological complexes Kopan and Tikal. The next stop of the scientific expedition Trails of Nomads is the Republic of Peru. This country keeps the mysterious Inca city of Machu Picchu. It is located at an almost sky-high height, 2,500 meters above sea level. How was the city built? How similar is the language of its inhabitants, the Quechua Indians, to the Turkic Kipchak language? What is the similarity between the gold jewelry and Mayan talismans that Sapar Iskakov brought from the American expedition with Kazakh jewelry. Watch all this and more in the next episode.